These are all curses. Maybe some of you all, it went over your head, but hopefully most of you all got it, because it's very important you understand. This is the reason why I cannot encourage women to pursue or marry or attach themselves to broken, confused, or broke men. It's beyond the money that's in his bank account. It's not just about the money, it's the mentality. It's the thinking. It's the difference between scarcity, defeatist, or abundance and solution-oriented. Those are the difference. And then not only are you these things going to be available to you in a relationship, you're also bringing kids in these type of relationships. So these kids are taking on these mentalities, and they're going into the world with these mentalities and limiting themselves because of the mentality they picked up as children. So this is the reason why it's important that women do not be with broken, confused, or broke men, because these are all state of beings that are illusions. These are all state of beings that are illusions. And when you decide to connect yourself to these type of individuals, these will drain you, they will curse you, and they will limit you, and they will minimize you. And the longer that you are attached to a broke man, the more time that you get brainwashed. So this is the reason why you see women and you see men that have the same mentality. The longer that you decide to date broke men, the longer that you're in the relationship, the longer he has to brainwash you to see the world in his perception and the way he sees it. And even if you come in with a abundance mindset and seeing and viewing the world with a different perspective, when you attach yourself to that type of energy, you tend to take on that energy. No one is able to protect themselves mentally away from that energy, just to let you know. So that's the reason why eventually you tend to get women who believe in dating broke men, because they don't understand the significance of dating a broke man. They don't understand being broke is literally an illusion. Being broke is an illusion, and it's actually a choice. If a person chooses to stay broke and decides to not do better and has a defeatist mentality, they will have you thinking the same thing. And not only that, pass that thinking on to your children. Now y'all do what you want, but I'm telling you, it's deeper than resources and lifestyle. It's deeper than you all buying labels, cars, houses. It's deeper than all the flash. It's deeper than that. It's literally connecting yourself to a mentality of defeatist and scarcity. It's literally connecting yourself to that limitation. So you're married into limitation. So you're married into a man who has limitations in the beginning. Do y'all realize limitations normally don't limit themselves? They become greater. They become deeper. And they're ingrained because of childhood and imprinting. So it's beyond just labels, lifestyle, and money. Some people want to keep it to that perspective. I want you to see it from this perspective. I want you to see it from the perspective of being with a man who has an abundance mindset. If there's an obstacle that comes up, he's not going to say, oh, we can't go over it. We can't handle it. Oh, man, everything is over. He's not going to curse us in that manner. He's literally going to figure out a solution. Either he's going to figure out a solution to get over, under, around, or baby, he's going to speak with power and make it move. See, that's when you understand the power of the tongue. That's the reason why I tell you all to stop cursing yourself in these spaces. Speak blessings on yourself. So that because the power of tongue, the power of tongue is within you too. He's not the only one that got it. Men have it, and I think they have it. I would say when a man understands the power of a tongue, the power of speaking to a situation and making it move, him not doing anything, but him making it move with the power of tongue, the power of God. That's a different level. And since he has that direct connection with God, because see, God speaks through the man as the leader and the head of the household in the first place. Women still have the power of the tongue also. We still have it. That's the reason why it's important. That's why we out here dating. While y'all out here dating, while you're out here wanting to get with a man who has resources, who's able to provide for you and your children, who's able to make sure that you're not stuck in limitations, because all of this is illusion. Everything around you is illusion. Even some of the things I talk about are limitations, because everything that I can even think of is a limitation. But that's too deep. Let's go back to the main topic. Being with a broke man, a broken man, a confused man, these are married into limitations. So when it's time for him to speak to that obstacle, to that problem, to that issue, he can't speak to it. Only thing he can do is get beat down by it. And that is the issue. That is the reason why you don't marry broken, confused men. It's the limitation that comes with them that feminine energy cannot thrive in. Limitations, feminine energy is never meant to be limited. It's never meant to be limited. Literally, if a feminine energy woman is not limited, she gives blessings to the man that she's with. That's why it says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, because a woman is a blessing. When he finds his feminine energy being, she's a blessing into his life. But it's not a blessing if there's a limitation. If he has a limited mentality, a scarcity mindset, a defeatist mindset, all of these things are limitations that you cannot change. Don't think because you're pretty. Don't think because you know about sex. Don't think because you're highly educated. Don't think because you got money that all these things will change this man's mentality. It will not. He has to do those things on his own. You cannot change his mentality. Most people don't even listen to me. I can show you receipts. I have the receipts, the results. I have what most women are talking about on social media, but most people don't listen to me. They still don't listen. Some of them don't. I ain't gonna say most. Some of them don't listen to me. They pay me no mind. And that's because they're not ready to hear it. They're not ready to hear it. They're not in this position, in a space in life currently to listen. That is the reason. And he is not ready to listen if he is not addressing the elephant in the room of being broken, confused, or broke. If he is not addressing those things in his life, which are illusions in the first place, hint, 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 everything's an illusion. Everything can be changed. There's nothing concrete. There's nothing written in stone. There is nothing that cannot be changed in the life that we live in. It was literally given to us in that manner. The thing is, when you understand that power, you don't want someone who doesn't understand it. You don't want to be connected to someone who has a defeatist attitude. You don't want someone who can't tell the mountain to move. You don't want someone who's going to get beat up and beat down. And then a man being beat down and beat up, he can't treat you well. He can't treat you well. Why can't he treat you well? Because he hasn't been treating himself well. Why would you expect for a man who's been beaten down and beat up to treat you well when he cannot treat himself well? He hasn't done the work to evolve and grow mentally in order to change these things that can be changed. Broken, confused, and broke can be changed at any moment. Anytime that man decides that he doesn't desire any of those things, he can change those things. If he is broken, therapy. If he is confused, he can get clarity, prayer, faith. If he is broke, he can work. There's not a problem that cannot be solved. Because every problem is an illusion and a limited belief. But you have to have a man who understands these things. So when men are telling you, oh, well, you just want me for your money. No, baby, I want you for your mentality. That is what I'm marrying. I'm marrying the guy who has the abundance mentality. I'm marrying the man who can speak to the mountain. I'm marrying the man who, instead of comes with a problem, he comes with solutions. I am marrying the man who has no limitation. I want a man to look around and see that there's nothing but air and opportunity. I don't want a man who's limited by his mentality. He's limited by his brokenness. He's limited by his confusion. He's limited by his financials. I don't want a man who thinks on that level. Because then I'm doing a disservice to my children. Because my children will pick up that mentality. Even if you come in, you have an abundance mentality, and you believe that the sky is the limit, and you can achieve all things, and you can do anything and you want in your life. And if you connect yourself to a broke man, I give you a year, and you're going to be socially conditioned to believe what he believes. So this is the reason why you see so many women walking around, oh, if he a broke man, you can work with him. You can do all these things. You can help him get up to the next level. You can help him do all these things. Not realizing, why would I sit here and waste my energy and my time trying to change this broke mentality? Because that's what it is. Because when it comes down to being broke, That is something that can be changed. That's not just connected to his wealth. That's connected to his mentality. Do y'all realize how important mentality is? Or maybe you don't.